Yo, my peoples, what's up? Welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. Jason here. Today I have further content for Primal: The Awakening. This one is a card-based boss battler game for 2 to 4 players in which you are playing hunters, taking down a series of monstrous bosses. So I have a bunch of videos on the channel. Mike does as well for Primal. Game came out last year, 2024, as I record this. Here in 2025, we have new content that I'm going to demonstrate in this preview. The main game function is going to be a couple of more characters that I'm happy to feature as I go into the demo, and also new mats called Biomes that will add environmental rules that will change up the play for each individual boss. As I post this video, there is going to be a pre-order for Black Friday to get all of this new content, which should be available sometime next year. And also order all the old stuff, all the bosses, all of the heroes, and the full card combo battle experience. So without further ado, let's get into this demo of the new content for Primal: The Awakening after these channel announcements. We are the One Stop Co-op Shop, a multi-platform gaming empire, and your one stop for solo and cooperative gaming goodness. To reiterate, I am not going to go over the basic rules of Primal here. This is just to demo the new stuff. If you want to know more about how to play Primal, we've got plenty of videos here in the One Stop Co-op Shop. Go ahead and visit the channel. Look for playlist, Primal: The Awakening. You have multiple videos there. All right, let's get into the new stuff. First of all, we have these biomes. The original had a board made of cardboard. Here you get some neoprene mats. I'm going to be playing on the swamp board, and there are all sorts of other environmental effects, such as ice and fire and lightning, you know, the usual stuff you're going to get in a blasted land. They are neoprene, and they are really nice, and they are double-sided. So you get plenty of bang for your buck. This is here really for an aesthetic experience. So you can play this game with challenges. So there are challenges available on the main website. Download them, and it changes up the environmental rules. That's fine. But this is Primal. It is going to go the extra step in terms of giving you that aesthetic table experience. So here you get the mats. And there is some game functionality because marked on the side are going to be, times where you have to care about the environment. So that's pretty clearly marked off. Or some of the boards like this fireboard here. If you cross this river of fire, then you're going to have to deal with it, deal with some effects, etc. And you get 10 different variations of that on top of all the variants you get with the bosses and the heroes. So with the biomes, you're going to have a lot more to dig into. The new wave of content is not going to come with any new bosses. I'm actually fine with that, having all of the original stuff like base game and the expansions. There are still bosses that I haven't even played, and I've played this game a fair amount, so I'm okay with new bosses, or okay without new bosses, I should say. However, there is a second Nightmare Pack. So there was a Nightmare Pack in the previous game. This one adds cards that change the behavior of the existing bosses and makes them a little bit more aggressive. So you kind of shuffle in and out if you want to get that extra challenge. So I think at this point they have all or most of the existing bosses covered with Nightmare cards. So you get that. On the character side, there were only 6 characters in the original release set. So I like to have more to explore. So we got 2 of them here. First of all is Zorea, the Spear Maiden. They're mostly a damage dealing paradigm, but there is a card manipulation mechanism. This reclaim mechanism, if this card were to sit in the discard pile and I played those 2 symbols, then I could fish it back up. So this character lets me fish through my discard. I have access to more resources and more card manipulation, which I'm always going to love in a game like this. Damage dealing, we have this mechanism called piercing. So she starts with 0. As I do things with my weapon, I'm going to increase my piercing, and then I can unload. So normally I would be able to hit with this value. The piercing damage is this higher value, and then it will reset. So the timing is huge in this game anyway, but it's nice to be able to time those really big attacks for, double damage, or I'm in a flank position, I got some bonuses. So that's nice to play with that. I'm a cleric at heart. In all of my other role-playing games, I like support-based characters. Primal didn't have much in terms of support, a little bit, but it definitely tended towards offense. Here, I get my support character, Drusk the War Drum. So this character is all about handing out the pluses. So same mechanism. I'm going to be increasing, in this particular case, my rhythm over time. And if I get maximum rhythm, then I'm able to dole out pluses via inspiration bonus to another character. Increased drumming is also going to help my card draw. So I'm going to have a lot of cards. I'm going to have a lot of capacity to help out my friends. The last new product available at the new pre-order is a replacement for this. So this is the box of sleeves. Really cool. That it holds all of the existing content, but it is unwieldy. Go ahead and try to put it in your Calic shelves. That's not really going to happen. So what the makers have decided to do is decided to sell you these smaller packs, 2 of them. So you'll have an alternative way to store your cards. So 1 for monsters and 1 for heroes and everything else that you are looking for. All right, so we are just about ready to get started, but I gotta explain what you're seeing out on the field. Let's start with the boss. Sorry, everybody, I'm just not a painter, so I apologize for the big mass of gray. Use your imaginations. It's beautiful when painted up. So we have Haidar over here from the Venom expansion, which is one of the smaller boxes that you can get from the first wave of content. I'm playing with Haidar at aggression level 1, and their first thing that they do at the start of round 1, each player takes a Venom card from their reserve and places it on top of their discard pile. So each player is going to have some Venom cards that are particular to their deck. Venom says this card can only be used to generate stamina, so it goes in my hand. Eventually I'm going to draw it. When I discard this card from my hand, suffer damage equal to your weapon level. So a little bit of latent damage, which is pretty much what we expect with Venom / poison damage. There are also these Thornvine tokens that are in play. So Haidar occasionally will be spitting these out into each zone. And if a zone has a thorn bush, it takes out these healing herbs. So that's why I have these tokens over here to remind me what they do. So it'll take out this healing herb if it, I think it's on the changeover over here. I'm not really sure. Something gets rid of that. And it makes it harder for me to play defensive cards. So that is the green and the yellow. So I'll get to that when I get to that. That is also this similar thing with the swamp, only the swamp is particular to the green cards. It's a little bit harder to play green cards while I'm in the swamp. All right, now the biome effect, that is going to come from this bag over here. So at the beginning of the game, I pulled 2 of these tokens. They tell you exactly where they go, so you kind of orient them towards the front, turn them around, and tells you exactly where to put them. So that's actually right here. So I'm going to start the game with 2 of these out. Every round I'm going to put out another one. If I end my turn in that zone, I have to take that token onto my player board. If I get 3 of them, I die. So it's like, trying to simulate, the smoke, the fumes kind of pulsing out of each zone. So I can do 2 of them, but if I get that 3rd, that player is eliminated from the game. Haidar's special rule. So this is always in play, permanent. When I play 2 offensive cards, whether the attacks or the maneuver, remove a Thornvine token from the sector. So that's how I can fight back a little bit against that Thornvine effect. And this is also permanent in phase 1. So phase 2, we're going to get more. But for now, when Haidar suffers a wound, place a Thornvine token in the aggro player sector. If there's already a Thornvine token in that sector, the aggro player suffers a wound instead. So that is how they are going to put out the Thornvine, at least one way. All right, Zaraya is up. Let me just go ahead and show you the weapons that I've picked out. It went simple for this demo over here, except for the pair of Venom items. This Venom item allows me to have this outlay of cards in my deck. When I discard a card with guard from your hand, play a deal of damage. Plan on doing that a lot. What is guard, you say? Guard is right there. Guard allows me on another player's turn to discard and pay for their defensive card. So they could play a big defensive card and I could pay for it out of my hand with this little weenie guy. So that's not too bad over here. But I'm not playing with a offensive character, so I'm probably just discard fodder for now. We'll see what happens. All right. When the monster suffers a wound, and I plan on them suffering many wounds, you may search your discard pile for a red card and shuffle it into my deck. All right, so I have that over here. I have this, which you always want to wake up your mastery as soon as possible. I need to get 3 tokens, so over 3 rounds really. All right, so if I play a blue and a red together, then I place a counter on this card. When I place 3, then I will be able to increase my piercing damage. So that is nice. Piercing damage, I explained in the intro. The higher this goes, if I get it to 4, then I can use the higher value. And I can increase this just on my own by playing 2 maneuver cards. So blue, blue. Has to be blue, blue. So do I want to play blue, red or blue, blue? I have both of those options. Offense is generally good, and if I have the option, let's just go ahead and do that. All right, so first of all, let's go ahead and discard a card with guard to move and deal my opening damage. Plink! Ow! This token ended up right here. So I want to avoid that if I at all possible. So let's go ahead and land over here. At the beginning of next turn, I'm going to heal 1. If I'm in the zone, I'm going to play evasive maneuver. Oh, by the way, they did get 2 struggle right here. So that was their boss refresh phase. So as I play this card, this maneuver, I'm going to get rid of 1 of this struggle. And I'm going to pay for it with a green, which allows me, due to elusive maneuver, to draw 2 cards. Let's see what I get. Did I get a red? No, I did not get any red. But what drawing the extra card did let me do is it let me do both effects, increase my piercing level and increase my mastery. Here's how. So I need blue, blue to increase my piercing. Let's go ahead and do that because I'm going to play this card. Long reach. Guard. So I did not discard a guard, so I can't do the damage. But this card counts as a defense card for the attrition check. So it's nice to have 1 to guard against that attrition. It is a aggro card, so I get this, which I already had, but I do trigger the boss. All right, so Haidar gains player -1 struggle. I have 2 players, so 1. So it gained the struggle that I took with this card. Place a Thornvine token in the aggro player sector. There isn't already one, so I don't suffer a wound, but there is now a Thornvine token. I don't mind that. I paid for that with a green card, so that's okay. Last card, I am going to play Waiting Strike. I pay for that with this, so now my hand is empty. Waiting Strike says, if you're in the flank sector, increase the damage this attack deals by weapon level. If I'm in the rear, it would deal a little bit more damage. And it is an aggro, so that's not a problem at all. All right, so I already dealt 1 damage from that move. So I'm going to deal 3 damage with my weapon, plus 1 is 4. So that is 5 damage total out of 8. I need 8 for a wound, so that's not a terrible start at all. And I played 2 of these in a row, or I made that pattern in my sequence over here. I do not need to have played both of these while the Thornvine token is out. I played this card. I made this pattern while that token is out, so I get to remove the Thornvine token. And you have to keep track of the effects in this game, so that lets me do 1 Pierce Master counter out of the 3 that I need. Unfortunately, you got to watch for this. I played this card, which was the card in response to aggro. The next card out was a red card, so I'm going to have to deal with it. All right. If the active player is in a sector with a Thornvine token, they become threatened to suffer a wound. I'm not. That would have comboed with this. Good. Get rid of those Thornvine tokens. I think this was not out when I played that red card, so it doesn't combo and play this card. Additionally, I don't think. All right, so that is everything. Discard that. I'm going to go ahead and draw a new hand of 5 cards. I'll check that out when I get there. And I'm going to, well, before I do that, I needed to have done attrition. I had 1 symbol because I played that 1 card that counted as an attrition symbol. So let's see what I get. 1, perfect. I have blocked the attrition damage. Came out of that with no damage. I will take it. All right, it is Drewsk's go. We have a couple cards, including these cards over here called a Resident. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that one. This is one of their main mechanisms over here. Okay, so first of all, I got to move. So let's go ahead and discard this card right there to move. Now, why in the world would I want to stand next to toxic fumes over there? Let's go to the section with my buddy. And I'm going to play this card, which is not much. It only activates when I have my mastery up, which I don't. But it is going to give me 1 defense against attrition damage. I'm going to pay with this card. So here's how this works. I have a yellow on top over here. I've discarded a yellow. When I discard a card, that matches over here. That is the rhythm. I get to proc the rhythm bonus, and I'm going to get 1. I do that a couple of more times, and I'm going to be at level 3. I can, at any point when a friend spends an attack, spend that all and increase their damage. When it is at 2 or 3, obviously 3 is going to give me a bigger bonus. Also, when I do the same rhythm effect, when I'm at 3, I get to draw an extra card. So you have to, well, not have to, but it's really beneficial if you get this to 3 pretty early, and then you can have extra card draw to do things. And when I do hit level 3, which is what this means, I get to place a counter on this card. So I want to hit level 3, use it, and then hit level 3 again. And I'm going to be able to get my Chant of Strength going, which is going to increase my inspiration, which is the bonus I hand out, even more. More buffing. While I'm here, I'm going to show you that I'm going to discard this fat card. Can't pay for it right now, but it does have 2 stamina for another one. And that is going to be Call of the Primordials. So first of all, I do the effect. So this drum has a base of 3 damage. So I'm going to go ahead and deal 3 damage right there. And I'm going to increase the damage this attack deals by wound value. Wound value is on Hydar right there, which is 1. So that is going to be 4 damage for his flank. So that brings it up to 9 damage. So we are going to inflict a wound. So we discard 8. Well, actually, we do not flip the card yet. We just do the wound. So the threshold is 8. So that takes wound right there, right down to 9. So that is 1 left over. So that's nice. So I have to do this in order. So this is the first instance of this attack, right? And so now we do this. When Hydar suffers a wound, place a Thornvine token in the aggro player sector, making it harder to play. Green cards, not a big deal at all. All right, then Resonance. If I play a Resonance card on top of a Resonance card, I get to use this power twice. So that is going to be another 4 damage. So not bad, support character. I will take it. Rewind just a little bit. I'm going to keep it in order that way just because I messed up. Primal. I have to always watch sequences. So I did play this card first. So before I do the attack, the monster is going to do something to me. If the active player is in a sector with a Thornvine token, they were not. So that don't have to worry about that. So this means when a character starts a card in the face, which they are going to. And I played the other card. So let's go ahead and resolve this. Nothing, but if they have a struggle, which they do, players in a sector with a Thornvine token suffers wound, then Hydar becomes vulnerable. Oh, that's wow. That is pretty poor timing on that one. Wounds for everybody because there was a Thornvine token there. So wounds go on the equipment. And that is the end of the round. Okay, so we get to the attrition check. It is 1. Most of these are 0s and 1s, so that's okay. I had one green played, so I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. So on to the next round, end of turn stuff. We are going to move the timer forward. The boss is going to shift towards the player with the aggro token, and we are going to, away we go. Boy, is there a lot to keep track of, and I'm only in round 2. So I'm going to do this. I've done this at the end of my action phase, Drew's action phase. If I had 2 more cards with resonance in my sequence, choose another player to gain a defense token. So that is a free symbol. So I want Zariah to play a little bit more aggressively. So nice to have for them to be able to play a free defense token. So I did that. All right. We are going to begin by discarding, doing the refresh. So these 2 cards are going to get discarded because they're the lowest number. Just kind of keep things moving. We have a 6 and a 2. I believe the 2 happens right now. It does not. It happens in response to another behavior card, which is unfortunately going to trigger right now. I think I'm going to regret some of my choices here. Okay, so beginning of the turn, it is Zariah's go. She is in the maw, so she starts right here. The active player cannot play green in their sequence this turn. They weren't planning on it. That's fine. So we're going to go ahead and reshuffle this. But this triggers, and that is a problem for me. All right, so Haidar gains 2 struggle in addition to the 2 struggle that they gain at the beginning of every round. So they're going to have 4 struggle on their way to 6. Each player in a sector with a Thornvine token must discard the top 3 cards of their decks and suffer wounds for each Venom card they discard this way. Don't have any Venom cards, but I'm going to discarding the top 3 cards of my deck is pretty painful. Every time you go through your deck, you suffer a wound, so it just kind of hastens people's defeat that much more. Here we go. 3 cards. Bye-bye. They start their sector, Zarea does, in a sector with a healing herb. So that wound they took last round, bye-bye. We are at full. And we are going to move one back over here because there is no Toxic Fume, which, by the way, I did pull up Toxic Fume at the beginning of the round. So it's going to go here. So we are definitely not going to spend more time here than we have to. In order to move, they are going to play this Backlash. When I discard this card from my hand, I may draw one. So that cycles my card pretty good. And I have another green card. Can't play it. So that's going to be discard fodder. Actually, sorry about that. Instead of discarding this Backlash, I'm going to save that. So let's put that back on there for now. I'm going to get you in just a second. I'm going to discard Flanking Dance. When I discard to generate stamina for a movement, deal my weapon damage. So weapon damage is 3. So this guy is getting plunk and plunk and plunk. That is 8 damage. That is going to take them down from 9 to 8 total. Their evolution to the second stance is going to be when they get to 7. So hopefully I can get to that this turn. So now we are going to play Flanking Strike. That is a guard card that helps other people, so I don't have to worry about that effect. If I'm in a flank sector, which I am, deal my weapon damage. So that is going to be another 3. Plink, plink, plink. And we're going to play Blinding Strike. Increase the damage the attack deals by 2 weapon level. My weapon level is 1, so that is going to be 5 total damage. I would have this effect if the mastery is woken up, but it is not. I am working on it. I have played these 2 in sequence, so now I get another counter on my mastery card. So hopefully next round I'll be able to wake this guy up and become a PS Master. Pay for that. I get rid of this and I draw a card. That's the card that I had last time, so I did that in proper sequence. Plinking and plinking and plinking. I got them down to their stance number 2. So they are at 7. I don't know what these things sound like. All right. When revealed, each player takes a Venom card from their reserve and places it on top of their discard pile. So I'm going to have 2 Venom cards when I reshuffle and go through the deck again. When I played that red, this triggers if the active player is in a sector with a Thornvine token. I don't have to worry about that. Not as much Thornvine as it wants out there, but believe me, it is working on it. End of turn stuff. I have this temporary defense token to go with my sequence. So let's see if it helps. Yes, it does. Most of the cards are 1, so we are pretty protected that way. Didn't do this at the end of the last round. It follows the aggro token person. So, oh, look at you, Flank. I'm going to take care of you. And also, I got 2 stamina because I was able to hold 2 cards back. Never mind, 2 cards means 1 stamina. There's a lot to remember in this game. All right, so it is now Drusco. They're going to stay right where they are. They want to get rid of this Thornvine token, and also being in this zone is not bad. They have 1 wound, which they are going to, at the start of their turn, clean right off. They are going to pick up this token, but I can pick up 3 of them, so I just got to manage that as best I can. All right, so because I'm going to stay here and not move, I'm going to get this token, which means that I'm threatened. They're going to pull 2 attrition cards at me during the attrition phase and do the worst one. Let's see if I can overcome that. All right, so first up, we're going to set up some Defense Sound Shield. This is something that would proc if the other player had some attrition damage, but for me, it is just a defense. So let's get started with that. So next up, we have Echoing Strength. That is going to get me the aggro token, so that is going to make sure that I am first next turn. All right, Echoing Strength says if the monster has 2 struggle or more, choose a player to gain a stamina token. All right, so first of all, they're going to do that, and then this happens later. So they have 3 tokens, so the other player is going to get another stamina token, so they have their maximum, which is 2. That's bad news because it procs 2 of the cards from the boss mat. First of all, Hydar gains 1 struggle. And place a Thornvine token in that player's square. If there's already a Thornvine token, the aggro player suffers wound instead. So that wound, I took off the wound, I put on the wound. I took off the wound, I put on the wound. Welcome to this game. I also played a blue card. What happens with the blue card? The active player suffers a wound unless they reveal a yellow. I had the yellow down there. Can I say that I didn't play this? Actually, you know what? I knew this was coming, so I'm just going to hold off until the end on that one. Sorry for mixed mastering and cheating. That's how it goes. All right, so they are going to pay this stamina token. The active player must search the discard file for a Venom card and know what's in there and place it at the top of their deck. All right, so I just got this Venom card, so next round I'm going to have a Venom card to deal with. All right. Oh, good Lord. And I paid for that card with a green card. Now, we are going to play this card, a Resounding Strike. Let's do this in order this time. I'm going to pay for it with this card, which allows me, because I discarded a card of the same color, to go up to 2 rhythm. I'm headed towards 3. All right, bunch of things happens. Got to keep track of them. First of all, I deal some damage. Wham! Weapon level is weapon damage is 3, and then increase the damage this attack deals by weapon level, which is 1. So that is 4 damage. What's the good news? It has resonance. I was able to pair the resonance, so I get to play this card twice. So that is 8 total damage. Wow! I didn't know that the support character was going to be my main damage dealer so far. That's great news. And also, I played 2 of these attack cards, so I get rid of a Thornvine token, which is why I stayed in that zone. And now, allow me to do what I should have done in sequence as a smart player. I'm going to play that, and I'm going to have 1 defense against this. All right, so is that going to be worth it? Absolutely not. Unfortunately, I have this snazzy Iron Plate Armor. When I reveal the attrition card, I can pay a stamina token to discard that card and reveal another one from the attrition deck. They have other weapons and items that get you stamina tokens for this iron set. I don't have that. So unfortunately, wounds healed and wounds are being dealt. And just to make it official, yep, I would have been a 0. So you do pull the 2 and you take the worst. So not only did I get dealt with the worst, I took a 0 out of there. So it's more likely that the boss is going to hit me. And I ended in the zone with the token, so I get 1 token, the toxic token. If I get 3 of them, I am eliminated from the game, or Drewsk is. So I'm going to end the demo right there. You saw a couple of rounds. You know where it was going. It was going to be the next turn. I was going to play some cards and unfold my Pierce Master. The Pierce Master is, I would have gained this a little bit quicker and done some more damage with it. So kind of the same thing, but more damage. Higher numbers. Similar issue with the Drusk, or similar situation where I would have just gained a rhythm a little bit faster and the inspiration would have been a little bit bigger. So the combos, it would not have been, anything truly game-changing, but just kind of putting everything together, the numbers would have gone up and I would have dealt more damage more quickly to the boss. But my sincere hope, as always, is that I've demonstrated enough of the product so that you can determine whether Primal the Awakening, whether it's the base game or whether it's the additional content, all that stuff, is that worth your gaming time or gaming dollar? I leave that all up to you. This is Jason with the One Stop Co-op Shop. We'll see you at the next stop.